Welcome to Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda, and this is What's in the Box, our ranting podcast where we just chat and talk and have a good time. We've got snacks, and if you'd like to add anything to the box, please submit your questions through the comments down below, through Beyond Our Focus on Twitter, mine or Amanda's personal Twitters as well. Other than that, it is Friday, October 12th. We, of course, do not film live. We would love to film live. Maybe someday this will be a Twitch show, and you can just submit questions, and we'll bounce off of that. And the box will just be kind of an aesthetic. But until then, submit any other way you can, and we'll try to answer any and everything that we possibly can. So, Amanda, what are we starting off with today?
Dun. Well, let's see. Last week, we had talked about the movie we went to see, which was A Simple Favor.
That's right. A Simple Favor.
Yes. And so, let's see. The movie this week has been Hellfest.
Hellfest. To start off, Halloween.
Yes.
It is the month of October. At this point, it's been the month of October. So, what we saw it the previous week, but it's all good. I had less interest in this movie, but we saw Hellfest, and I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. There's some questionable acting.
Yeah, that's
in the movie. Especially towards the beginning. I was like, some of this is kind of cringeworthy.
Yeah. It felt like a really B-rated horror movie at the beginning, and then it progressively got better.
It got better. The thing that always throws me off, and this is the second film I've seen this way, because it was produced or whatever by CBS.
Okay.
When I see CBS, I think television. So I think television movie. I'm like, this is a television movie shoved on the big screen. So it always just gives me lower expectations. Like, this is just going to be a TV movie. I can't remember what the last one was, but I thought the same thing. And I didn't think that movie was particularly great, if I recall. Even though I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But this one was much better. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
It was rated R. I probably would have rated it PG-13, actually.
They could have taken a couple F words out of there and it'd been easy PG-13.
Yeah. There's
almost no reason whatsoever to make this an R-rated movie.
It didn't also help that we were, surrounded by teenagers.
Yeah.
I felt old.
Most of the people in the theater, which weren't that many, all but, one or two, were, just these little tweens and teens, and I think they were all women, all little girls. What is this?
You're flying solo.
Yeah. Actually, I think I was the only guy in the theater.
You were.
Woo! Apparently, this was not meant for me. But I enjoyed it. I don't think we the goal was to really spoil the movie.
No.
But if you've seen the commercials, it's about a group of people going to Hellfest, which is this haunted house carnival thing.
Yeah, it's a haunted carnival / maze house, pretty much. So it's just. You can go, think Universal. They have different mazes and stuff going on. You can choose which ones you want to go to. But they have an ultimate one that everyone wants to go to, but it's really scary. And it's the only way you can go to hell. Which is a different part of the amusement park.
Yes. So they get there, and of course, it's a horror movie. People start dying.
Yes. There is a stalker. And that's pretty much the movie. So
yeah, that is the movie. That's what it's about. Pretty enjoyable. If you want to go as far as horror movie standards, the bloody goriness of it
was.
Again, this could have been a PG-13 movie, which disappoints me. In my opinion, and there are exceptions to this rule, of course, it's hard to make a PG-13 movie scary.
Yes.
It can happen. The movies out there that do exist. I just think you have an easier, better time putting a rated R label on it. And just, if you're going to go for it, go for it. And in this movie, if you're going to make this rated R, really push the R. Otherwise, you should have made PG-13 and made it easier for people to get, even though teens were all in this movie anyway. So it didn't really matter.
I don't know. Maybe after the first viewings and stuff, they're like, just go in. It doesn't matter.
Well, again, there's nothing in this that's if you watch, I don't know, The Walking Dead, it's more violent than this movie was.
Yes.
By far.
There's also, which is very, very strange for a horror film, no sexual contact, except maybe making out.
Yeah. None at all.
Which is very strange for a slasher.
It's a trope. It gets thrown out there a lot. But yeah, nothing in this one.
Yeah.
Other than some making out a little bit. No, so this was very It was a PG-13 movie with
Yes,
an R
it was.
slapped on it.
But I enjoyed it. It was actually pretty good. Like,
Yeah, it was better than I expected it to be. And my favorite part of the whole movie was the ending. I won't say any more than that, but I liked the ending.
yes, everything rounds out. It was good.
It was good. So we enjoyed that.
Let's see. Have we done anything else interesting this week? Well, I don't think so. We live boring lives.
We are, of course, still reading the Dark Tower book.
Yes.
We're enjoying that a lot, but you can catch up on that over on our other video, Let's Palaver.
We actually will be going through the last chapter next week.
Yeah, we're almost done with the first book, so you still have time. Go catch up. It's a short book. You can jump in and enjoy some of the conversation. If you like this ranting, it's a little more structured, more going through the book itself. But it's a lot of fun. We're really enjoying it. But it is what we're reading.
Well, it's like, even if we weren't reading it right now, which would make discussion difficult, it's still one of those series that you talk about for years.
Oh, yeah. No, it's great. It's really, really good. So we're reading that. And the only series actively we're watching, for sure, is Twilight Zone and Black Mirror. Mm-hmm. Because, again, we have videos on those, too. See what we think about those. I'm currently watching Iron Fist. I am 8 episodes through season 2 of Iron Fist.
Let's see. I guess I'm now behind already, but I did watch the first episode of Manifest, which is the newer one that's out. Otherwise, at least like on Netflix and everything, I mean, I'm behind.
At some point after we get done with Iron Fist, we're moving on to Maniac.
Maniac, yeah. I've heard that's really good, too.
I haven't heard anything about it.
No?
I haven't looked up anything about it. The commercial looks really awesome. I'm all in to try it. So I'm going in, but we gotta get through Iron Fist first, which I've enjoyed personally a whole lot more than the first season. This should have been the first season. This is what the first season should have been. And they're making some really interesting calls towards the end of the season that I didn't expect. So it's really much better than the first season.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten through Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I gotta finish that. I know I'm behind, okay? I was watching the remake of When a Stranger Calls. I don't know if you're...
I recognize the name, but that's it.
Yeah, it's the one where the babysitter and keeps getting calls about, have you checked on the children, stuff like that, based on like urban legends and stuff.
Got nothing. I got nothing.
Either way,
sounds like Scream. That's all I got. I got nothing else.
Except Scream uses all the different movie tropes and stuff. Either way, like that was his thing, is that he would ask about horror movies and everything. But no, it's just about a girl who babysits, gets phone calls, then some mysterious stuff happens. Well, not mysterious. Either way, stalker shit happens.
Slasher films are rarely mysterious and magical, even though they can be.
Either way, it's a very short role, but it was just funny because I was watching it and recognized him. The guy who plays Phil Coulson was the dad.
Oh!
Yeah. So you just, all you see him really doing is, talking to his daughter about how she's grounded and driving her to the place that she's babysitting at. But still, it was just seeing him. I was like, oh, I know who you are.
Now, Coulson is awesome.
I love Coulson.
Now, have you seen the trailer for Captain Marvel?
Yes, I think.
We may have, I don't remember, we may have talked about this last week.
I want to say we did.
But yeah, you brought up Coulson, and all I can think is, oh my god, I can't wait for him to be back in the Marvel movies! And Captain Marvel, I cannot wait for that to come out. But it's not till, I think, like, March next year, so it's still a little ways
away. Way to bring it up now.
It's a great trailer. I can't wait.
Otherwise, let's see, I've been wanting to go back and watch the American Horror Stories.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a comment on that on our last video.
Yes, actually, we have people that are wanting us to...
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yes.
American Horror Story!
Yes, they're wanting us to, like we do with Breaking Prisms, like we do with The Twilight Zone and Black Mirror, they're actually wanting us to go over American Horror Story. So... Yeah.
Maybe fun.
You've never seen any of it, have you?
Not a single little... Well, I've seen like a snippet, but that's it. I've never really watched it, though.
I've seen first season, which is Murder House. I skipped Asylum, which second season. I don't know why. I apparently wasn't paying attention. The third season, which is The Coven. I watched that one. I watched Freak Show. I watched part of Hotel and lost complete and total interest in it. Yes.
That bad, huh?
It did not capture me as much as the other ones. And then Roanoke, started watching. It was kind of a hit and miss. It was really weird. And then I missed Election Year because I didn't have access to it.
Are these episodes?
No, these are seasons.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yes.
How many seasons have there been?
So
I thought they were only on like the
Hotel
fifth season.
Is fifth. So 6th is Roanoke, 7th was Election Year, and this is season 8, which is Apocalypse.
Sweet baby Jesus. Well, we have a lot to go over.
Yeah.
I don't know how we would add it, though.
Most likely one of our other shows would have to be phased out by then, which I don't think is going to happen unless we just, as I said, create... I mean, if enough people
Well, they're talking about season 6 right now of Black Mirror.
Okay.
It's posted. They're talking about there's going to be a Choose Your Own Adventure episode.
Interesting.
I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know what that means.
I don't really know. I
understand how that works in books.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works in television.
Well, they have people on YouTube have done it.
Yeah, but that's YouTube. That's different. Unless you're gonna have a bunch of small and it's gonna be jumping.
I was gonna say not unless you have a collection of episodes and you say by the end of it, say if you want this to happen, go to episode this. And then
but does that mean this is gonna be like the whole season? It's gonna be drastically different, or does this mean that there's gonna be like 20 episodes, but 12 of them will be one episode?
I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know either. But I'm super interested.
It sounds interesting. I mean...
But for how slow we're getting through this, the only way to really add it without saying, oh, we'll get around to American Horror Story in 6 to 8 months, is to add on.
Yeah. Which, I mean, hey, if we have enough people who want us to actually do this, if you've seen our Twilight Zone, if you've seen our Black Mirror overviews and stuff, and you actually like how we do this and want to see us do American Horror Story, as I said, I'm totally cool with it. Murder House is actually my favorite one.
Hey, I'd be down with it.
The first one. And...
That just means 2 Breaking Prisms would be going up every week.
I don't know.
I mean, we have additional day. We have Wednesday
Yes.
open. But one after another, Tuesday and Wednesday. Breaking Prisms, 2 different episodes.
Hey, whatever our viewers would like us to do.
Yeah.
But as far as the series go, it's really weird to sometimes keep track of because literally from season 1 all the way to 8, you have the same actors and actresses playing different characters. And Apocalypse is supposed to be bringing seasons 1 and 3 kind of linked together, which when you have the same actors and actresses playing different characters, I don't see how that's going to round out, and I haven't heard much about it, so
it's just weird. So essentially every season is independent. There's just been independent seasons. Instead of being like an anthology series, it's anthology by season, but the same actors play completely different roles in each one.
Yes, but here's the thing, is that throughout the seasons, and it's going to be something that we can definitely go over if we decide to do this, is they have little hints and stuff like, hey, this is talking about this character from a totally different season, or hey, this is the family that they were talking about in this one, and just like little hints and clips and snippets that like are kind of hidden within each season that kind of tie all of them together. And of course there's plenty of fan theories and everything out there too.
See, that sounds fun. It sounds like a blast.
We just have to figure out how.
Can we handle another show? Can we do it? Now, we'll have to discuss that a lot more off of camera and figure out how we want to put that up here.
But once again, give us, I mean, hey, if you guys really want to see that, we can make it work. I mean...
Well, see, we can make that work. We have 2 options, though. 1, every week, it would literally be another episode of American Horror Story. Or, we say we're going to bring on 2 more and rotate them like we're already doing.
Ooh.
So pick American Horror Story and maybe pick something else super weird or super dark, kind of the same vein of what we're already going for.
Yeah. Well, there is, I don't know if it's on Netflix, though, but there is another one called, I just lost Channel Zero, which is another just really obscure one, and I think I want to say it's more like American Horror Story than it is Black Mirror. Like, each season is a different theme or a mystery going on or anything like that. Like, the first one is Candle Cove, I think.
That'd be interesting. You'd have our anthology episodes and our anthology series going back and forth. Of course, I always vote for Fringe because I love Fringe.
Oh, yes.
But I almost feel if we did Fringe, we'd do like Fringe and X-Files or something.
Yes, Fringe and X-Files would go really well together, and I love the X-Files too. The sad thing is, they moved it off Netflix for some reason.
So we'd have to find ways. I don't know.
Otherwise, we have been throwing around another show idea as far as something fun and interesting to do that's completely unrelated to anything that we're doing right now.
Yeah. Extremely unrelated.
But fun. But
very unrelated. So unrelated, I don't even know if we could keep it on the same channel.
Yes, that is the only thing, is that it may have to kind of scoot over unless we can somehow tie it into something else.
And how many shows do you want on this channel? We already have 4. And we're talking about adding a 5th, kind of technically, with another Breaking Prisms. We're going to be reviewing like 15 shows at the same time.
Either way, just let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Comment below, Facebook, Twitter, everything. Just send us your suggestions.
We enjoy doing this. It's always interesting to watch more stuff or add more things. We're having a great time. If you're having a great time,
that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Fun.
Having fun.
As far as a segue into our next thing, I don't know idea.
All right, this will be one of the quicker ones. We're going to the box. I don't know anything else. We didn't segue well.
Well, we already did our movies and we did our shows, so.
Yeah, we talked about our channel a lot.
Well, that's kind of what this specific show was about. For them to get to know us, for us to get to know them, get some dialogue going.
Be a great Twitch show.
Exactly.
I'm just telling you, it'd be great Twitch.
We don't have Wi-Fi.
I know, it doesn't work. I don't even know how to make that work. I don't know.
As I said, we'd have to be on Wi-Fi. And it would just be
I've never done Twitch. I don't know.
It'd just be a lot of me saying stupid shit that I can't take back. Which, how you edit, I can't take back anything anyways.
No. The show is what the show is. Alright. Now, the question is, what are we going to actually grab? You grab one out of the box.
Oh, God.
I kind of know where the ones we just put in are. Maybe you don't, so I don't want to grab one!
But I know one I don't want to talk about.
Well, it might go back in the box. So we got like 10 different ones in there. Grab something and let's just see what it ends up being. And maybe it'll be fun and maybe it won't. Well, that's, of course, it had to be one of the new ones.
So, we have Sneaking Out. Oh, God. So, tell us a tale of when you were little.
I wasn't little.
Tell us a tale of when you were a teenager.
That's more like what it was.
And you snuck out of the house.
You have stories too. Don't only pin this on me.
I read the question, or I read the statement.
I know you don't.
Statement?
I know
Is it
you
a statement? I guess it's a statement. I don't.
Well, you didn't write it as a question.
I didn't. Sneaking out? I am Ron Burgundy.
I am Ron Burgundy.
Okay.
Oh. Well, my only sneaking out story that I snuck out of my home, which was to go hang out with my best friend at the time. I was 16, 17. I don't remember. It was one of those right there in that general area. I'm terrible with dates. Like, I'm probably the worst person ever with dates. So I remember when things happened. So, I can't tell you when movies came out. I can't tell you when events happened.
I'm usually the opposite, so.
So that's not my specialty. But 16, 17. Don't remember why I wanted to go hang out. And I don't remember if my parents had told me no or not. I don't remember. I don't remember any of this. But I remember leaving. Because I remember getting out. And our vehicles are parked near the house. But we have a long driveway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think house. This sort of vehicle's parked. And a driveway that curved around the property and went down to the driveway.
Okay.
So I put my vehicle in neutral. And pushed it backwards and pushed it halfway up the driveway to be further from the house. So when I cranked it, they couldn't hear it. Because my parents' bedroom also right there on the edge.
Oh.
Where they would be right by anyone who did anything right there.
Yeah.
So got to my friends. We hung out and everything. His stepmom that was there, of course, saw me. I was there and I hung out and blah, blah, blah. Somehow she got the impression that maybe I wasn't supposed to be there because she had told my friend at the time that later, like the next day or something, she was talking to my mom. And she said she decided not to bring up the fact that I was over that night. Because maybe she got the feeling I wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing grand or spectacular. I didn't get in trouble.
That's pretty cool that she was cool with it. Like, just...
Yeah.
Like, I got the feeling, so I'm going to just let it go.
There's another one, but we're going to discuss that later. It involves the police.
Oh, okay. My sneaking out story was actually when I was younger, so...
But it's not sneaking out, so that's why. It doesn't qualify. We have one here for that.
Well, mine was, we had moved to the States, so living in Wisconsin. We were renting a house while waiting for our house to get built. And at one point in time, can't remember what it was about. I don't really know exactly how old I was. But I was told I couldn't do something or someone made me upset. Whatever. I was going to run away. So I went to my room. I shut the door. And I opened up the window. Popped the screen out because I had learned how to do that just by playing with the screen. So I popped the screen out, climbed out, put the screen back because it was on the first level, and then was like, well, I can't make it out the driveway. Someone's going to see me. So, plus I didn't have anything to eat. I wasn't eating. I think about these things.
This is well ill-planned.
Yeah. So we had a pull-behind trailer that was just a plain wooden, like plywood trailer kind of thing. I climbed into that because it was open, and I just sat there. And I waited. And I waited. Nobody came to look for me.
They probably didn't know you were missing out of your room.
Exactly. It was so, like, I waited there. I don't know how long, but I just got so bored and sad that I just climbed back into my window, and nobody knew I was ever gone.
That's the infamous running away story. You didn't run away. You just went into the yard.
I ran away. I ran away from the house. Okay. I ran away from the house to see if anyone would notice I was gone, and no one did.
You don't even know how long you were out there. It was probably 45 minutes. You're like, ah! How dare they not check on me in this 45 minutes?
Probably. But it was upsetting as a kid, okay? I didn't know. And,
at least I left.
You were 17. I was like, we had just moved to the States. Jeez. What, I was in elementary school?
Doesn't matter.
What? So if I would have backed the vehicle out, I would have been...
Much better, of course.
Yeah. No, at least, at least I thought about things. My sister, on the other hand, apparently there was one time she snuck out and just walked right in front of the sliding glass doors. And just in plain view of everybody, just walked right past them.
No one paid attention?
No, they caught her right away.
Oh!
It was just like...
That's unsuccessful.
Yeah. So...
That's when you're not running away. You're just taking a stroll around the house.
Yes. That's all I got for sneaking out.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other time that I snuck out or ran away.
No.
No.
No, not my, not something I really did at all. Only that one time, that's all I've got, so.
Nope.
These questions are going quick today.
Yeah. Well, it's your turn.
We're supposed to ramble. We're supposed to ramble.
Oh, I'm sorry that I didn't sneak out enough when I was younger, okay? I wasn't a rebellious, well, maybe.
Well, apparently I mentioned it and fate decided it was going to happen.
Ka!
Funny story with police is the one, so yeah, Ka it is. Alright, well, like I said, fate decided I needed to tell it. Alright, let's see. Me, my youngest brother, and my best friend at the time, we were spending the night at his place. And he had the idea that we should just walk to the local Waffle House and eat.
Legitimate?
Yeah. Not as legitimate that it's like 11 o'clock at night.
How old were you?
We were 17. My brother was, 17. 14?
Okay. Continue.
Yeah.
Getting some ages in there.
I only know that because we were told, or something said, we'll get into that later. But, so we go walking. Down 49. There's a bridge we have to go over on our way to work.
Yeah.
So we head down 49. I don't remember why we went that way. I don't know why we went there. I don't. This wasn't like, I don't think, super thought out. Or was it IHOP? I don't remember where we were going. It doesn't matter. But we go down 49. All is fine. We go down there, and finally a cop sees us.
Oh, God.
And me and my brother, being homeschooled, didn't really know anything about curfew. My friend knew, but that was not something apparently he thought was important.
Yeah.
So, at some point walking along the road, my brother had picked up a rock. I don't know why.
Oh, my goodness.
So, when the police flashed their lights, he threw the rock over the bridge. And that's not a good thing for the cops to see you chunking something over the bridge.
Oh, my goodness.
So, of course, I rambled supposedly. I don't feel like I did. I was told from my friend that I was just talking real fast and rambling. So, yeah, we had one cop who, of course, called other cops. So we had like 3 cop cars lined up. You had some of them looking over the bridge because he'd thrown the dumb rock. We'd explained that, I don't remember. I don't remember if our intentions were to go to Walmart. I think it was. Maybe we were going to Walmart too. Because at the time we had play Magic.
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering. So we told the cops that we were just walking to Walmart. We were going to pick some Magic the Gathering cards and then go. It had to be IHOP, maybe IHOP or whatever. It had to be IHOP and get some food and then head back. And then they accused us of being the kids that always go to IHOP and skip out on the bill.
Oh my God.
Which is not remotely true,
Yeah.
but that's what they decided to go with. So we got questioned and everything, and I guess to scare us, they decided they handcuffed us, put us in the back of the police car. It was me and my best friend in one, and my brother by himself in another one. So handcuffed, not comfortable. What do you know? The only time I've ever been handcuffed for being out past curfew of all things. They brought us to the police station.
Yeah.
And questioned us or whatever, but and tried to ask. I don't remember. They tried to get like, do you have any identifying marks on you and blah blah blah. I think it was a scare tactic more than anything. But so I don't know what time it was at this point. It was early in the morning. I don't remember what time we left.
Yeah.
It may have been 11. It may have been midnight. I don't remember. But so called my parents, or mine and my brother's parents, and called my friend's dad, and this morning of all mornings was Mother's Day morning. So of all times to get a call from the police,
oh my goodness,
but your kids are down at the police station on Mother's Day morning.
Happy Mother's Day.
Pretty much, yay!
So proud to be a mom.
I don't remember who came and picked us up. I want to say it was my mom, because my dad didn't do things like that. And supposedly, my friend's dad, super cool about it, cool about everything. I don't remember what my mom said. I don't remember the whole conversation. But that's pretty much it. They came and picked us up, and we went our separate ways and went back home.
Your brother's an idiot.
Yeah, the rock did not help anything.
Why would you just...
Because he didn't know he was scared. He didn't know. We've never been arrested. We had confrontation with cops before.
But wouldn't you just drop it? Because, I mean...
Would have been wiser. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know why. I didn't do it, so I can't tell you.
The thought process would be, okay, yes, there's a cop coming. Obviously, I don't want them to think I'm going to throw this rock at him. Just drop it on the ground. Instead, you chuck it over the side.
Of course. Because it needed to be the most suspicious thing ever.
That's when you just tell someone, be like, I wouldn't have chucked it over the side if it was anything else, because it's just too damn expensive.
So, yeah. A fun little cop story. The only one I have. These cookies are coming.
So you're saying you weren't a rebellious teenager that just, went out partying and...
No, not even a little bit. I've never been very rebellious, per se. I have one small, not even bad sneaking out story. And one just going walking. But didn't know we weren't allowed to do that.
As far as police stories for me, I don't really have any. I mean, I've had interactions with police, but as far as, funny, quirky things...
No, mine's a fun story. After the fact, it's a great fun story.
Yeah, yeah, now looking back on it...
Oh, it was harmless and dumb. And the cops... Supposedly, the cops had told my parents that she said we were the nicest kids she'd ever come in contact with.
That's sweet.
So, I guess that was a bonus.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
You did something right.
So, yeah, that was fun. Terrifying in the moment, but fun.
Everything's always terrifying in the moment, and then afterwards you can just laugh about it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth laughing at.
Yeah. But no, as far as run-ins with police, yeah.
Not many interactions. I mean, everybody's been pulled over at some point and interacted with a cop. They're sometimes friendly, sometimes not.
I've been pulled over a couple of times, or been in vehicles that were pulled over. At one point in time, there was, I think, it was myself, or no, it was 3 friends and myself. There was 3 of us in the, I think 2 or 3 in the back, and then 1 in the driver and 1 in the passenger. I was in the passenger seat. My friend was in the driver's seat. The police literally followed us from the store we were at all the way down, all the way around the corner, and we were literally, we could see the house from where we were, and then they pulled us over. And it was for a cracked windshield. But what it turned into was, can I see your ID? And then my friend pulled out his ID, and it's like, so this is a learner's permit. You know that you're not supposed to have anyone but family in your vehicle, right? Are you guys all family? And we're like, yes.
Of course they are. Don't we look like siblings?
And then it turned into, okay, well, now you know, get that windshield fixed, and you guys should know better than to, even if he didn't know, you guys should have known and told him. And it's just like, oh my god.
Oh, well, let's go with another pulled over story. I've got 2 more here. One, best friend again, because why not? Because why not? Decided to make an illegal U-turn. That's all this is. This was... What was it? It was, I don't know, it was just like a 4-lane street, and instead of going and coming and whatever, he just did that. It was a legal U-turn for no reason, but it was late at night. I don't know what it was. It was late in the evening. We're much older at this time. I don't remember how old. Probably in our 20s somewhere. And gets pulled over because of the illegal U-turn, but it proceeds to go to, do you have any drugs in the car?
Oh, God. Did you guys just look like drug dealers?
I guess so, apparently.
Was it the beanie?
It's the beanie. I mean, it really puts people off. I don't even think I wore a beanie at that point. I'm sure I had a hat on or something. I always wear hats. But anyway, I want to eat the cheddar. I keep eating the chocolate. I want to eat the cheddar. But the chocolate are over here, and I'm like, yum, 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 yum. I love chocolate.
There.
So I didn't go there. He questioned it multiple times and eventually just let us go. But it turned into that. And then me and my wife got pulled over one time from an unmarked car, cop car. For no reason. It was him and a partner, one on my side, one came on her side. They were looking in the vehicle and everything. And just said that,
These guys are suspicious.
And I don't remember why they pulled us over, why they even said they pulled us over. I want to say it was something they said our vehicle looked like a vehicle they were looking for or something. But it was really weird. We were very close to home at the point that time. And
it was your best friend. You just called in and was like, hey, you should come get this vehicle.
So, but it was just that. It was just odd to be pulled over by an unmarked car and then them searching and looking in the back of the vehicle and everything. It was odd.
I think the only time that I've ever been in a situation where it was like someone got pulled over and it was weird is let's see, before I moved down here, we pretty much came down here to visit and we decided we were going to take Mom up with us and she was going to bring her car. So literally we drove ahead of her and she drove behind us pretty much the whole entire way, all the way up. We got to about Illinois, I think, and cop randomly just first he was over here between two vehicles, and then we were right here, Mom was right here, and he starts kind of slowing down so that other vehicles will start passing him and stuff, and I was like, oh no, they're gonna try to get behind her. So we kind of shifted over so Mom could go ahead, and then we kind of shifted behind her. We knew something weird was going on, but then next thing we know, she gets, of course, pulled over. So we pull up ahead and stop and wait. So they go over, they question her. Then they walk towards us to see why we stopped. And so I told them, and they're like, so do you know who this is? I'm like, yes, that's my mom. And it's like, do you know what she's doing in the state? Because her license plate say Mississippi, so do you know what she's doing all the way up here? I'm like, we are currently in the process of moving her to Wisconsin. So she wouldn't have she would have her Mississippi plate still. Okay, and then just goes back, then comes back up and starts asking more questions, like, how long are you going to be, when did you start everything? What is this interrogation? What is going on?
Let me get her story. Sees if yours collaborate with what she's saying. See if anyone's lying about it.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. And then it turns out that the reason why they pulled her over is because she had stuff dangling off her mirror. Which is apparently allowed in Mississippi, but not allowed up north. Because I know it's not in Wisconsin, and I know apparently it's not in Illinois.
It can't have anything in your rearview mirror?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yes, and what? She had Mardi Gras beads and stuff, so apparently that's not.
Because almost everybody has Mardi Gras beads hanging from a mirror.
Well,
I got stuff hanging from a mirror right now. I didn't know that was illegal up north.
Yes.
You Northerners people. God.
I can't help it. I don't make the rules. I just don't follow them either.
You darn Yankees.
A.
I mean, that's Canada. I mean...
Tell that to every single person I meet.
What do you mean?
Every single time someone is like, oh, so, where did you grow up at? Whatever. Or just hey, where are you from? It's like, oh, I'm originally from Wisconsin. Immediately they break out the A's and the...
That's Canada. Does anybody know anything about Canada?
No, they
remember they're a fictional land of reindeer unicorns, but they exist. They're better than Australia. We know they're fake.
Everybody from down here thinks that everybody from up north speaks the same way. I do know that Minnesotans have more of kind of that. They do, especially farther north, they do have that. But Wisconsinites don't. We just have our own little weird, cheese language or whatever. But when I moved down here, yes, I did not, of course, have the southern accent, anything like that. And still, as soon as I said Wisconsin, people broke out the Canadian, and I'm like, what the... Not only am I not from Canada, I'm not from the Upper Peninsula either, because the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, either, they have that same thing. It's called Upers. And I'm just like, I just say oi.
Yeah. I've been, my accent, which I don't think I have a heavy accent at all, or I don't think I do. My wife's accent, on the other hand, gets very thick when she gets around family. Like, ooh, you're showing your deep south, aren't you? But going to, like, Disney and Universal, you interact with a lot of different people.
Well, yeah.
So, but talking, I don't know, just being nice to be friendly, or you're in line for something. Had people talk about our accents before. The southern accent and how polite we are. And with the yes ma'am and...
Yeah.
That bust out. Anyone new that I don't know and I'm just being polite, then yes ma'am or yes sir or yes...
Yeah.
Very, very super polite. But it's also, I was very much raised that way.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
That's one thing that I haven't really got, like, hasn't really stuck with me. Even though a lot of our family, of course, down here was raised that way. Up north we weren't. We were still...
You weren't raised to be polite?
Yeah.
How disgusting. You're terrible people.
We were raised to be polite. We weren't raised to be, like, yes ma'am, no sir, like, military strict polite.
That's not military. That's politeness. Come on.
The South.
This polite.
Yes, we're uncivilized. Okay?
I can tell.
But yeah, that's the one thing that didn't really stick. Like, and so it was always weird to me because every time we'd come to visit, my brother would immediately snap to it, and I'm just like, okay.
Well, why don't you bring your A's down here? We'll be all right.
It's okay. While I was up there, though, growing up, and knowing that I did have family from the South, is that I would say strange things occasionally. Like, I would say, I'm fixing to do something.
Fixing?
Yes. And people would be like, you must be Southern, aren't you? And I'm like, no, I've pretty much lived in Wisconsin most of my life. Really? Because you usually only hear Southerners do the whole fixing thing. And I'm like, I have family down there, I guess. And I don't know. It's just weird how you can go from place to place. Like, even from Wisconsin to Minnesota, there's a huge change in how people sound.
All the states. I mean, according to where you are, certain ones blend more than others and different things, but everywhere's got their own type of accent. And you start going more like up New York and very different New York, New Jersey style accents. And everywhere's a little bit different, has their own things. Of course, everyone knows the Southern thing because it's stereotyped to death.
Yes, the Southern thing, and then the East, like the East thing. The Eastern side. Northeastern side. Pretty much the thick, like, Jersey accents, or the Boston accents, and the, like, New York accents. Everything, like, that entire area.
Well, nobody gets stereotyped as much as the South.
No.
As the most backwoods, redneck, just lay it on as thick as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Like, not all of us live in the deep woods where they don't have people around us for 25 miles and we only know pigs and horses and stuff.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. I think so.
I don't know. It seems fishy to me.
Probably.
Okay. Someone has to explain something to me. You guys have to help with this. Okay. Somebody explain to me how people from Massachusetts think Wisconsinites are animals. Someone has to explain this to me today.
I don't know what you're talking about.
My cousin went on a trip there once for, like, band. And while they were there, it was a New York trip, but they happened to go to Massachusetts just to go see things. And at one point in time, she encountered some people, and they're like, where are you from? And they're like, Wisconsin. And they're like, Wisconsin? You guys are animals. And it's like, I want to know, please someone explain this to me. Like...
I don't know. Maybe y'all have a history of being animals. I don't know.
I just don't get it.
I don't either.
Like, I know we're crazy, and we do have some serial killers, and like Ed Gein. But...
Is it Ed Dean?
Gein.
Oh, Gein.
Ed Gein.
Oh, I was thinking Eddie Dean. When you said that. It's immediately... It's out of context. They don't know!
Either way, no, Ed Gein, the guy who inspired Texas Chainsaw, every time you hear, like, like lampshades made out of women and shit. Yeah, that's collecting nipples. Yeah, that's Ed Gein's thing.
I don't remember that particular instance, but sure, why not?
Yes. We have the weird serial killers.
Have you ever seen the movie My Cousin Vinny?
I believe so. Not in a long time.
With
but
Joe
yes.
Pesci.
Yes. It's just been... whew.
Probably one of, if not my favorite comedy of all time. I love that movie. But it's about a guy from, I forget where he's from, but somewhere in the big city or whatever.
Yeah.
Somewhat kind of a lawyer. Coming down to the South to help his cousins.
Oh my goodness, I can only imagine.
And it's all about the South. And
yeah.
A big thing in the thing is the grits and how long they take to make. And it is great. It's such a great movie.
I've not seen that movie in ages.
I own it. I've seen it quite a few times. I love that movie to death.
As we add more to our list of movies.
We still haven't watched any of the other ones we talk about. God, we need a movie day. We're just going through all these movies and that's what this episode will be about. It's the movie episode.
That brought up something. We were talking about serial killers, then you segued to that movie. I have no idea. There was something. It's gone now.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Joe Pesci, though. Or I say I'm a big fan. I know.
Oh, okay, go ahead. You're a big fan?
Well, I was just saying, I only know him from My Cousin Vinny and Lethal Weapon. That's it. I have nothing else with him.
All I was going to say is that when I was talking serial killers and then you switched to have you seen, the first thing that popped into my head was How to Be a Killer. It's like, the movie's called how I want to say it's How to Be a Serial Killer or Serial Killer 101.
I've heard the name you're referring to, but I don't know.
Literally, the beginning of it is almost like a seminar. He's sitting here giving people tips on how to be a serial killer. But throughout the movie, it actually plays out scenes. He takes, an apprentice and teaches him how to be a serial killer. And then it will go back to the seminar and talk about, rule number whatever. And then it keeps going back and forth.
I might have seen this. I don't know. It sounds familiar. Things you're saying sound familiar, but I'm not sure if I've seen it or not. Which,
I can't think of the actors.
Which reminds me of another series we should watch that would also be super fun to dissect. And I have Breaking Prisms. Sweet, it just kills me. I'm almost out of water. I can't keep eating these crackers. Woo! Oh, now I don't remember the name of it. You know what I'm talking about because we've talked about it multiple times before. It's Getting in the Mind of a Serial Killer.
Yeah.
What's the name of it, though? It's on Netflix. Mindhunters. Yes.
Maybe.
No, that's it. Or Mindhunter.
Yes. Because remember, we had this discussion about Mindhunter versus Mindhunters because there's two different things. A show and a movie.
Talking about the TV series on Netflix, it is really good. I'd love to see a second season. I'd love to see where they take it. Also, would be a fun one to contrast with. And she's back!
Whew.
She didn't die.
Almost.
I
was drowned on camera.
From trying to have a sip of water.
Whose idea was it to have snacks and stuff on this?
I kind of think it was yours, personally, but...
Probably. Actually, I just wanted food.
Yeah,
and then it turned into, well, snacks are quieter. We just need to start having dinner here.
I'd be fine with that. Take out Chinese and anything else we want to get.
What is it, mukbang? Mukbang? I don't know. It's just where you buy a shit ton of food from someplace and just eat it on camera.
You've talked about that. Well, ordering Chinese reminds me of another movie. Have you seen 2 Weeks' Notice?
Yes.
Sandra Bullock and Hugh Grant.
Yes.
That is a funny movie. Because the whole thing, she always orders Chinese from the same restaurant. And she orders a bunch every single time. And then eventually by the end of the movie, she's ordering twice as much because he's there as well. It's such a great movie. While he's in the background talking about how he can get through the entire apartment in 5 steps because it's so small. I love that movie. It's such a great movie. But I love Sandra Bullock in general. Yeah. She's fantastic.
I really liked The Proposal. I
haven't seen it in a while. Her and Ryan Reynolds? Yeah, really good too.
The fertility dance, oh my god.
I don't even remember that.
To the window, to the wall, to the wall.
It's been a while since I've seen the proposal. I've only seen it once. I think I saw it in theaters and that's been it. Alright, the question is, do we have more we think we want to talk about? Or do we want to leave this show about an hour tonight and be cool with it? Especially after your near-death experience.
I think I can't do anything. I think I just died.
Alright, we can end it. We've eaten through a bunch of snacks. We've covered a lot more topics than I feel like we normally do.
Yeah.
We almost witnessed a suicide on screen. Accidental suicide by water. And yeah, I've almost choked on a couple of these crackers. But other than that, I think it's been a pretty good episode.
Yeah, we had some slow marks where we didn't really quite know where we were going, but...
We got there. We got to talk about the police and running away and...
We've talked about new show ideas and how we want your guys' feedback.
Yes, more feedback the better. Please let us know what you want us to watch. We can always try to add more. Or we can try to make, I don't know, maybe a different type of show. Where instead of doing our typical breakdown, review-ish type of show, maybe we do something different. I don't know.
Games.
We'll have to explore some stuff. But let us know what you want. But you can do that at my personal Twitter, which is BJJGamer. Now I'm dying. You can reach Amanda at KZPup. Reach the show at Beyond Our Focus on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. We're all over the place. Or you can listen to any and all of our podcasts, or our YouTube shows /podcast on podcast services, including Spotify. All of the links are in the descriptions down below. Anything else? Throw a like, throw a comment. Please let us know what you think. If you like the episodes, if you like what we're doing here, if you want us to change anything, if you want us to add anything.
We will, once again, be having some set changes coming up.
Yeah, we just can't seem to go a week or two without having set changes. So
yeah, the show keeps, as we evolve and the channel keeps evolving, we keep either needing more space or just needing our own space.
But next week should look very, very different.
Yes.
We're going to have a lot of new set stuff going on, and hopefully everything will look cool, unique, and different, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Yes. And then hopefully we'll be able to decorate for Halloween soon.
And also fun, because we're in October, and we're really in October. By the time our new sets come up, we're going to be almost to October, so
yeah,
we're really getting there quick. But I believe that is it. We've, I think, said everything we need to say.
Yeah.
You've gotten past your death, and
hence the talking weird, but yes.
All right, we'll make it. But, yep, until next time, long days and pleasant nights.